morning transformation. Check this out. What are you calling in? This is the voice of your spirit. The voice of your spirit calling in your vision, calling in your purpose. Now here's a quote from Dr. Joe Dispenza. Your personality determines your personal reality. Your personality determines your personal reality. So whatever personal reality you have comes from your personality. What's your personality based on? It's based on the story of your past. It's based on the belief systems that you developed from your past history. It's based on what you call in, what you're speaking. It's based on what you're doing and how you act. So our personality is based on that. So if you want to change your personal reality to fulfill and discover the vision of your purpose of why you're here, then you have to change your personality. Now here's the funny thing. The irony is you don't have to change who you are. You're already created as an infinite being. You already are a child of God. You already are the universal energy moving through you. You already are infinite possibilities, just letting go of what you're calling in into your life. It's the voice of your spirit. Now we are spirit first, having a human experience. What's that mean? Spiritual energy is life force creative energy. We are life force creative energy, which means whatever we're calling in, that is life force creative energy creating in our life. Now you guys know this, right? Rhonda Barnes called it the law of attraction, made the law of attraction, but really what it is what we're radiating. So the question becomes, what are you calling into your life? So I remember when my son's mother died, Chase's mom, we decided, well, let's go to a support group. Maybe we should do that. We'll see other people where people close to him have passed. So we went to this support group, and what are they doing? They're all moaning about their pain and going on and on. We go in there, we're like, geez, man, we don't want to stay here. These people are pulling us down. Now, when I was a chiropractor, I would go speak to support groups like the multiple sclerosis support group. And what did I find? Now, I'm not dogging on support groups, but then I found these people that were all going through their pain of dealing with this disease. And I would speak to them because I already helped many multiple sclerosis people because, hey, you change their diet. You adjust them with chiropractic adjustments, improve the function of their nervous system, and I would watch these symptoms go away. Yet here I am talking to an MS group, and they're giving me all the reasons why what I'm telling them won't work. Now, I'm not dogging on support groups, but your personality determines your personal reality. So what are you calling in? All these people were calling in their pain, calling in their story. Now I'm going to use a biblical example. Let's look at the story of Moses. So his mother gives him up, wraps him in a Hebrew blanket, sends him down the river. The daughter of Pharaoh picks him up, doesn't tell the Pharaoh he's a Jewish baby, right? He's raised in Egypt, becomes the general. So now it seems like, man, I'm on top of the world. And then what happens? He sees an Egyptian soldier kicking butt on a Jewish slave, and what's he do? He beats the crap out, he kills the Egyptian soldier. All of a sudden, one thing happens. Boom, he's sent out into the desert by himself for decades. Right? So what's he do? For like 40 years, he's dogging on himself, telling his story of his past, but the whole time he's looking at the fire on the top of the mountain. And one day, he decides, I'm climbing the mountain. I'm pursuing my purpose. Goes up there, speaks to the burning bush, denies God 5 times. Right? By the way, you're speaking to a burning bush, Moses. You know what I mean? So I said, send someone else. How many times do we get this calling and this intuition of what we're supposed to do? And it's freaking scary. And what do? No, that's not me. I'm not doing that. You know, and we put off our purpose rather than speaking from the voice of our spirit. Right? We're in such a world where there's so much noise that people are losing the ability to listen to their innate, to the power and the voice of their spirit. Then you listen to that message, and what do? You call it out with faith. So Moses takes the Jews, right? Then they get to the land in Canaan. He sends out spies that come back. It is truly the land of milk and honey. It's everything God had promised. This is the land. He gets all these leaders, and what do? They come back and they say, oh man, they're giants and we're grasshoppers. So they finally, they're led through pillars of fire, manna is rained from heaven. Moses parts the Red. All these miracles, they finally get to everything they want. And their self-esteem gets in the way. What are you calling in? Is there a diagnosis? Do you say, I am a cancer patient, I am an MS patient, I am broke, or I am financially stressed, or my marriage sucks? So many times people, they get together and what do? They complain about their relationships. They talk about their problems. Why? What are they calling in? That's the voice of your spirit, your spiritual energy with creative life force. Are you calling in the land of milk and honey? So out of 2 million people, they actually say, let's go back to Egypt. So rather than go to this land of the giants that God has called them to, what do they say? The pain of our past is more familiar. It's more certain. Let's go back to Egypt, basically, and be slaves because we're afraid of our calling. What are you calling in? 2 people out of 2 million, Caleb and Joshua, go into the land of milk and honey, and the giants are defeated. 2 out of 2 million. What are the metaphorical 2 million people in your life saying to you? What are they saying? Stay safe, stay here, be in the relationship. What's the voice of the small you in your mind telling you, don't take risks, don't do that, stay with what's familiar, let's be known? What story are you calling in? Or are we calling in with faith in a world today that's so loud with noise outside us? Do we stay connected? Do we meditate? Do we listen to that inner voice? And do we call in the desires of our heart? Psalm 37, 37:14, I believe it is, says, take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. What's that mean? That means stay connected, right? There's 4 steps. 1, stay connected. Get quiet. Meditate. All great leaders, great entrepreneurs, world changers, that's one common, they have several common habits, but the main one, man, they go inside. They meditate. They quiet the noise outside so their spirit can talk to them for the next great innovation, the next great thing they're going to do. So number 1, stay connected. Number 2, believe. Believe in your heart that when I call in comes, and have faith that you may say, well, I've tried calling things in, but it didn't come. What do? Call again, and then call again. So 1, stay connected. 2, believe. 3, have faith. So 4, that if you don't see it today, that the voice of your spirit is calling in all the blessings, all the abundance, all the financial reward, the great marriage, blessing on your kids, your business prospers, whatever it is, whatever your purpose is, that's coming into you. So 4 steps. 1, stay connected. Quiet the noise outside. Listen to the whispers inside. 2, believe that it actually happens. 3, have faith that if you don't see it today, you're going to. And 4, I'm going to continue with the voice of my spirit, the divinity that moves through me. I'm going to keep calling it in, and I know, and you know, that it will happen. Why? Because we can see it with our spirit. Look through the eyes of your spirit, not through our anatomical eyes, but through our eyes of insight, spiritual eyes, that we can fulfill our purpose on an even better level. Don't listen to the 2 million. Let's be the 2 that changes the world. All right, you guys, love you. By the way, all this comes out of You Are More Powerful Than You Think. Go to youaremorepowerful.com. Go through the H.E.A.L.E.D system. Just follow the steps, man. And all this stuff can be made manifest in your life. All right, love you guys.